like this song. I don't know. I've always liked this song. Hey, everyone. Thank you. And I think more than anything, it's good to be behind the camera shooting another podcast episode. I know it's been a while since we've done it, and I've asked, in my defense, I've asked for it. And finally, we had a guest in the house who were like, this is the perfect timing. So sitting to my left is none other than Miss Becky Anderson from CAR Recon. Becky, welcome to the Valley, RGB Valley, Big Valley Auto Auction. And before we get started, I just want to send a shout out to Mr. Ron Hope. May you rest in peace. A great man. Not only everything that he did in our industry, but throughout his life and his accomplishments and his accolades. You will be missed, sir, and I hope to see you at one point or another in this life or the next. So getting into it, sorry to get it all. It is what it is. Life must go on.
Absolutely.
So let's go. So Becky, CAR Recon. For the people out there that are seeing and will see this episode, can you tell us what it is that you guys do? Where do you do it? And how do you do it?
All right. Well, first, I just want to say thank you so much for having us here, or having me here.
Our pleasure.
It's not us. Always a great time at Big Valley, and you guys are very, very gracious hosts. So thank you for that. CAR Recon. So we are a service provider for auto auctions, and primarily what we do is operate detail shops. We also operate body shops at some locations, and have really, really taken off with the DIDs here lately. So we operate out of the auction. We're a sublet vendor, but we don't like to act as a vendor. We like to act really as partners for the auction. So
you're telling me if I run an auto auction, and usually one of the biggest headaches for auctions, and I'll speak this from experience, is the recon department, right? And there tends to be a large turnover in employment. Because you know what, the job is hard, guys. It's a tough job. You're either washing nonstop, cars getting wet, and it's a never-ending cycle. Especially if you're a big auction that runs 1,000 cars or more. I mean, I can just imagine the wear and tear on those guys. And it takes not anybody can do it, but this is something that you guys shine at.
Right. I mean, so Ron, my dad, Ron Hope, started this after working in the auction industry for many, many years. He saw a real need for that. He was in charge of recon for a very long time for a lot of auctions, and saw a real need to have someone specialize in that area, right? Because it is not fun work. It's dirty. It's hard. It's kind of last stop before the cars hit the photo booth and go on spot.
And I think this is one of the things that Ron was so good at, is looking at the necessity and providing a fix for it. And that's, hence CAR Recon. Currently, you guys are in different states throughout the nation.
We are, yes. So.
And how does it vary from maybe the East Coast to the West Coast, or centralized nation? Is it a different type of demand? Are the auctions bigger on the East Coast or the West Coast, or?
So as we all know, I mean, there's big auctions and small auctions everywhere. So I wouldn't say there's any difference. Quite honestly, auctions are the same. It's the people that are different in them. So auctions run very similarly, no matter where they're at, but the people who run them really make the difference. So that's where you see the biggest difference in the auctions. So, and it's people, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, and it's like I said, and I've said it before on our podcast, is, we're in the relationship business. We just happen to work around cars to do that. And I think, with CAR Recon, that's a prime example of it. What do you guys have in store? I know we're kind of closing out the year. Are you looking for anything new in the new coming year, 2025?
So, I mean, we're always looking to help serve an auction. It always, it's not a quick sale, if you will. It's a relationship, like we've said, and it's got to make sense for everybody. So like anything, it's the relationship has to make sense. So it's got to make sense on both sides. And we're just, really to close out the year, we've had a lot of changes this year with the passing of our owner, and but we're still doing the same things we're doing. And so we are just really looking to just preserve his legacy and just keep keep doing the best service we can and being good to our people and being good partners for the auctions.
Yeah, because I think no matter what happens, the cars will always be dirty.
Sure.
And they always need to be clean, because we all know that the rule in the lane is the cleaner the car, the better money is going to pick up. And that's, it's a very, very good thing to always have your cars clean. So if I'm somebody out there that's listening and, I'm an auction or I'm a GM or an owner, and I say like, man, you know what? We have the same problem. I have a big turnover in our recon department. What are the 2, 3, 4, whatever number it might be, things that you look for a good partnership to go into an auto auction and help them with their recon?
So for a good partnership in an auction, we just really want to be sure that, one, we have a good relationship with the auction management, and that's all the leadership, really. I mean, all the way down to the lot supervisors. They're super, super important in what we do. And really, we're just looking to have that partnership in the auction. I mean, the places, and we're very fortunate in all of the locations we're in currently that we have a true partnership. They treat our staff just the same as, they include them in meetings, they include them in communications, and we've been on both sides of that, and it just really, really works well. It works well for us and for the auction, because everyone's got to work together to get the job accomplished. And so I wouldn't say there's specific things we look for. I would just really like to visit the auction. I like to talk with the management, see what their needs are, see where their problems are currently, why they're having a problem, and see if that's something we can help them fix, or if it's something we can talk to them about and help them fix it on their own. Sometimes that's a better solution.
Do you guys also do consulting? Maybe not come over and do the whole recon side of it, but maybe, hey, you can come in here, let me show you my recon department, let me show you a regular week and how we process cars, and you can consult me what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right?
We do, and because really it's all about process. Yeah. It's about process, and it's about your people, and really building your people up and giving them a purpose and showing them the process. But process is really where the biggest disconnect comes in. People, process, product. Don't forget that. I learned that years ago, and to this day, that's what I live by. Switching gears a little bit as we close out, tell me, is there maybe a saying, a quote, something that you personally, love and hold dear and, live your life by? You're putting me on the spot, man. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for this.
I didn't mean that.
I love quotes. I love looking at quotes. I love anything I can learn about leadership and mindset. I think mindset is huge. So while I don't have a quote ready, because I wasn't ready for that, I think just be good to people and really be good to yourself. Have a good, but not in a selfish way. You've got to have a good mindset, and you've got to have a good outlook on life in order to really be able to be a good leader, good friend, good spouse, all of that. Well, and I'll tell you that, not only do I consider you a good friend, we've known each other for years, but you always have a good word, a kind word to say, and we always look at, the pros and cons of life and how things are and what we can make better. And like I said, guys, I said this a little while ago, it's not about cars, it's about the relationships you build, and this is a prime example of the relationships we built. Becky, I want to give you nothing but thank you so much. We're so grateful for you to come and visit us way down here in the middle of pretty much nowhere at the southern tip of Texas. And, my bright idea was, hey, Becky's here. I need to get on the podcast. It's a good way to get back into the, making podcast videos and putting them out there. Guys, if you have any questions or anything about Cars Recon, Ms. Becky Anderson is available. If you need contact info, leave comments below, and we'll make sure we get them out to you. And you're primarily out of Nashville? Yes. Well, I live in Nashville, and that's where I'm at. But we've got people all over. So contact me. We're happy to talk about it. Happy to, even if you just want to know more about what we do, even if it's not something you need, if you just want to know about it, always reach out. And if you haven't been down to the Valley, come. It's amazing. They're great people. It's a good place to be. That's right, guys. Get the relationship started. Get it started. We look forward to seeing you guys at Used Car Week. Becky, I hope you come back down here in the near future. We don't have a winter per se. It's just a little bit less hot than what it is regularly. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we'll look forward to the next time that we get to do another one of these for you guys. We'll see you soon.